Our second Chile Leadership Award goes to Debbie Wasserman Schultz of Florida. Congresswoman, congratulations. And on a personal note, as the father of 2 young daughters, thank you for your tireless work on behalf of girls and women. It is now my privilege to introduce someone who I have long admired for his sharp intellect, his tireless, fearless advocacy, and his relentless pursuit and protection of democracy and human rights worldwide. Please welcome Senator Bob Menendez.
Muy buenas noches a todos y a todas. Es un gran placer estar aquí en esta celebración de Chile, preparando la nueva generación de líderes de nuestra comunidad. And now that I have legitimized myself for our distinguished ambassador for Taiwan, I'm not going to speak in Spanish all evening. So I'm proud to be here tonight. First of all, let me salute the chairman, my former colleague and my brother, Lincoln Diaz-Balart, who is an extraordinary leader in his own right. To all the distinguished members of the board, I virtually agree to be on no boards for a reason, but I agreed to be on the Chile board, so I'm proud to be one of its members. And to my former colleague, Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, La Campeona, we are always thrilled to be in her company as well as the other colleagues. And I want to salute my colleague, Senator Scott, one of the awardees tonight, and Ambassador Green, who I had the privilege of working with when he was our AID administrator, an extraordinary public servant. I'm proud to be here tonight to present the Congressional Hispanic Leadership Institute Public Service Award. This award honors members of Congress who have displayed unmatched commitment to their communities. Public service requires a vision. It also requires persistence. It requires passion, all of which tonight's honoree has. And of course, working here in DC, she even has an acronym for the ethos in her office. It's Now Oh Woo. Now Oh Woo. No one will outwork us. And that is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. No one will outwork her. When she was only 25 years old, she was presented with the chance to run for Congress. That wasn't too long ago. There were 6 other candidates who were longtime community activists and government officials. She asked for advice, and people said, "You're too young. Wait in line. It's not your turn." I've heard that before. Not only did she win, she became the youngest woman ever elected to the Florida legislature. She went on to be the first Jewish woman from her state to be elected to the United States Congress. I can tell you, as the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee that deals with our foreign policy globally, she is a fearless fighter for democracy, human rights, the rule of law, and if I want someone to be with me in a fight on foreign policy, I want Debbie Wasserman Schultz to be that person. Standing on the front lines of repressive regimes, from Venezuela to Nicaragua to Cuba, she has been there each and every time. Because whether it's Castro or Maduro, she speaks out for human rights and freedom for all those oppressed by brutal dictators. She understands the importance of representing the diverse views and perspectives that make up this nation and the power of lifting up minority voices. She is dedicated to making sure all immigrants are treated with dignity and dreamers have a path to citizenship to realize their dreams. She is committed to supporting and understanding the diverse Hispanic community in South Florida, which includes, but certainly is not limited to, Cubanos, Puerto Ricanos, Venezolanos, Colombianos, y tantos otros. We basically have the same constituents, but in different stages of their lives. They grow up in my home state of New Jersey, and then they go to Florida to retire. But she is someone who I have respected greatly. since she came to the House. I was the chairman of the House Democratic Caucus. I said to my colleagues, watch out for this Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She is going to be the star of her class. And so she has been. It's my great honor and pleasure to present her with the Hispanic Leadership Institute Public Service Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Senator Menendez. I'm truly, I really am, I'm never speechless, as anyone who knows me knows. But I really am so overwhelmed, so overcome to receive Chile's Leadership in Public Service Award. Gracias. Es un honor recibir este premio. Senator Menendez, I'm very grateful for the kind words and your mentorship. Bob Menendez was literally the first person to whom I came for advice when I was traipsing around the United States Capitol as a candidate for the United States House of Representatives, and he took me under his wing and he gave me advice, and we have been aligned like this ever since. He has been a champion and a critical voice for the Hispanic community and for all Americans and for anyone who has no voice across this globe. And I especially cherish our partnership on issues important to the Venezuelan and Cuban communities. And, you know, there's been something said about the need for bipartisanship tonight. There also needs to be something said for setting aside your own partisanship when it is important to stand up for what's right. And too few today do that. And if we did that, if we set aside our party, and stood up for our values and made sure that the values of freedom and democracy and unity and liberty, libertad, if those were values that we led with, then the world would be a lot better off. And to my Florida colleagues, my dear friends, Mario and Lincoln, your support for me in receiving this recognition means more than you know in a time of great division and strife. I am reassured by knowing that we are in concert on so many issues affecting the diverse communities of our beautiful South Florida home and abroad. And to my dear friend, not the political dear friend, but the actual dear friend, and former colleague, Ileana Ross-Lehtinen, the embodiment of girl power. She, a trailblazer as the first Hispanic woman elected to Congress and as a founder of this institution. She's proven every day to be an amazing and incredible advocate for the Hispanic community, for women in and out of Congress. And tonight I accept this recognition on behalf of the people I came to Washington to serve, the constituents of Florida's 23rd Congressional District, and all those who came to or descend from other lands, as my grandparents did and so many of our people in South Florida who yearn for freedom. The variety of thoughts, culture, and views of our communities are what makes South Florida beautiful, vibrant, and resilient. No matter our backgrounds, certain core values will always unite us: family, freedom, education, and uplifting future generations. We all yearn for healthy, safe, and prosperous communities for our families, and as Americans, we all cherish and protect our human rights and democratic freedoms. And we all strive and dream to provide our sons, daughters, granddaughters, and grandsons a fulfilling life and all the advantages that hopefully surpass our own. I know I work hard in Congress with so many of my colleagues to support these ideals and to ensure that everyone has the support and resources that they need to succeed. Throughout my public service, I've been proud to team up with Mario, Illy, and Bob to author and support legislation to stand in solidarity with those who are oppressed by authoritarian regimes. And we must continue to stand together and build alliances and coalitions to make sure that we fill in and stand in the gap. We have worked to expand voting and legal rights, to find a path to citizenship, and to provide solid jobs and educational tools so that all immigrant families can direct and decide their own fate. No matter where we stand politically, when we have those tools, the American dream of building a life filled with opportunities, loved ones, and dignity and respect are within our reach. So it's important for us to work together to help each other build that life that we all deserve and to make our union more perfect. And I also received this award as a woman, a mother, a daughter, and a granddaughter of immigrants who believed in and understood the promise of America. And I am so proud to have my daughter here, Rebecca, who has also decided on a life of public service. And I still have hope for that promise, and organizations like Chile renew my hope through the work that you do every day, especially through your commitment to strength and diversity and by focusing on the next generation. And I want to acknowledge my intern, who embodies the spirit of Nowawu. Speaking of pronunciation, no one will outwork us. Gerald Torres, who did a fantastic job in my office as a Chile intern. We have made so many strides during my time in Congress, and we need to continue to help all of our communities thrive, but there is so much more to fight for and to accomplish, and I look forward to working with my colleagues and those of you in this room who share this hope. And my commitment is that I will continue to work tirelessly on behalf of my constituents to stand up for our shared values and to provide the legal rights, protections, and economic opportunities that we all deserve. Thank you so much for acknowledging that work. I am so honored. Juntos somos más fuertes. Thank you so much.